Questions in 3.4 focus on energy and the conservation of it. Remember, we have two types of energy where we're going to think about then: potential energy and kinetic energy. In the first question on page 95, practice problem 3.4.1, it asks how much work must be done. Well, work is change in energy. So work in this example is equal to the change in potential energy, which is equal to mg delta H. Simply a matter of 110 then times 9.8 times 1.1 gives me 1,186 joules. All right? In part B, it wants to know why we would even bother, basically, because it says if a 2.6 meter ramp is used to do the same job, so work, remember, is equal to force times distance. It tells us what the force is that is required, 550 newtons, and the distance is 2.6, so the work in this example is 1,430 joules. So that's more work, 1,430 compared to 1,186. So why would we want to do more work? Well, the reason is because we can actually do the work. Because in the second example, a force of only 550 newtons was required, where in the first example, the force required would have been 1,078 newtons. You can figure it out by the same way. And you could probably do 550 newtons worth of force, but maybe not 1,078 newtons of force. So that's why we do it. In question number 2, we have a cart that is going to be pulled using an angled rope that is 28 degrees from horizontal, and it wants to know what is the amount of work done in pulling it 17 meters along the driveway. Well, only the force done in the direction of the movement is considered for work. And so in our example, work is only going to be equal to the x component, if you will, Fx, times d. Well, Fx is the cosine, right? So work is going to be equal to 45 newtons of force times the cosine of 28 times 17, the distance that it traveled, or 675 newtons. In question 3, we have this ball on the end of a rope traveling in a circular path. The important thing to look at is the fact that the force is always perpendicular to the velocity. This is the force. And so since it is always perpendicular, there is no work done at all. Even though you took energy to do it, there's no work done.